Welcome back to Coco's Dog Bowl Food Truck, where today we have on special absolutely nothing. I don't have any specials because on the menu because it's you. You're special. You're special to me. Where we last left off, things got a little hot and heavy, a little spicy between Chase and Carl. And I may have to I may have to do a little bit of censorship on that episode, but we'll see what happens when it happens. It is what it is. So, just a tiny bit of meta knowledge here, but this is right now by far the longest recording session I've ever had because I've been recording ever since part 18 as part of one long session because I wanted to get all of the February Echo videos done at once. Because I want to get a couple months ahead of schedule. But that's meta knowledge and meta whatever. So let's move right along, shall we? The threat of Jenna hangs heavy in the air, and the way we're both obviously avoiding it makes it a little heavier. What about your ankle? I flex it around, the twinge a lot less sharp now, though the stiffness feels even worse. I think I'm okay. Let me try it out. Okay. Carl sits there for a while longer, then seems to suddenly realize that he needs to get off so I can get up. Oh, buddy! That's right, Carl was like on top of Chase, like straddling his legs on top of him, like sitting on him. Oh, Carl for Carl, buddy. It's like me. It's like me. I'm dog. If you want to get up, you can't. I'm here. Oh, we going somewhere? Where are we going? Well, we ain't going nowhere, Coco, because you're laying in my lap. What? That's how that works? Nuh-uh. He scrambles off awkwardly as I sit up and swing my legs over the side of the bed. Pressing my foot to the floor, the twinge that runs through my ankle is minuscule. Standing up, I'm able to put some pressure on it before it hurts too much. The problem is that I can't bend the joint at all, leaving me with an obvious lumbering limp. I think I'm okay. Yeah, Chase, I hate to break it to you, bud, but that means you broke it, and it has set back probably likely, definitely, absolutely wrong. So, uh, fun fact, if that happens, and you go to the hospital to get that checked correctly, they basically have to, from what I understand, re-break it. Like, break it again, and then set it back together correctly. Can I get you down the stairs at least? I warm to the concern in Carl's voice, though I don't really want him and Jenna anywhere near each other, especially after what she might have heard just now. Nah, I want to test it out a bit more. I turned my head to look back at Carl and still see a worried look on his face. I'll call you if I need any help, okay? Carl purses his lips. Alright. The trip down the stairs is ponderous and awkward. I'm probably loud too, because when I reach the bottom, I find both Raven and Jenna already staring at me. Uh, hey. Hey! Jenna doesn't say anything, continuing to watch me. We stare at each other awkwardly for a bit before she finally moves her head to look down at my leg. How's your leg? Oh, it's alright, a bit stiff though. I grasp at the opportunity to talk about anything other than what we're obviously avoiding. I think I should be able to walk normally, maybe in a few days. Hopefully, in a few days we'll be out of here, so you can do that. Yeah. Jenna is definitely not herself right now. Her eyes are vacant, dull, and it's hard to explain, but they lack the mischievous and compassionate look that I'm used to seeing. Her voice is weird, too. It's deeper, more husky. Well, we'll be out of here by then, Raven says with a grin as he leans back in the chair he's sitting in. Yeah, actually, I wanted to talk to you guys about that. About what? About how to get out of here. So they said her voice is deeper and more husky, so let's try this. And how do we do that? Well, I was thinking about the last time we were able to unlock the door. All we had to do was find that letter. Raven blinks at me. So we find a letter, or something like that. We just need to find something, I think. We did find something. I look over at Jenna. Huh? I said we did find something. Carl burned it. Oh, well, I don't think Carl burned it. He did. I pause. There's gotta be something else, or maybe whatever's doing this has a way of putting something else here? The others don't say anything. I don't know, but we can't just sit here. Looking around is the least we can do. Where is Carl? Jin is standing up now, looking at the ceiling. Faintly, I can hear the clopping of Carl's hooves on the soft wood. He's looking around upstairs. Jenna continues to look up at the ceiling, her face stony. Let's start in this room. Raven stands up and starts walking along the wall, up and down the logs, prodding at the spaces between. Jenna's still looking up at the ceiling, and I worry that she's going to try and go upstairs. Hey, Jenna, can you help me look around in the kitchen? Jenna looks back at me. Huh? My ankle still kind of hurts. It'd be nice to be able to lean on someone if I need to walk for, far, to the kitchen. Jenna pauses before moving to my side. She stands there, stoically, and I awkwardly wrap an arm around her shoulders. Thanks. Yeah. We amble slowly to the kitchen. Jenna stops in the middle of the room and waits. I guess I'll start with the cabinets? My voice goes up at the end like I'm asking a question. Jenna doesn't say anything, so I stumble away from her, again, awkwardly, before finding support on the wooden pantry. I hesitantly start opening some of the cupboards, feeling a lot less into my idea than I was just a few minutes earlier. Jenna stares out the window. So, are you okay? She finally looks back at me, frowning. I'm fine. Why? You're being really distant. Do you need me to stand next to you? No, I mean, you seem like you're not really here, mentally. I'm sorry. I open another pantry door to a set of glass mugs. Is it something to do with Carl? I know that Jenna is going through something similar. I know that Jenna is going through something similar to what Carl is. I just have no idea what's doing it or why. Something that wants this to go as unsmoothly as possibly, clearly. I don't have a problem with Carl. I mean, what you did yesterday. I just have a problem with the way he acts. he could do with a lot. He could do a lot if he put his mind to it. It takes me a moment to realize that she's talking about what happened before all of this. So, you attacked him? What? No. That was something else. I turn around to finally see something familiar about Jenna. Some life in her eyes. Maybe all I have to do is talk about stuff before this whole warp to the ghost dimension. I mean, he tries, he just has problems. Shouldn't a psychology major know that? Thank you, Chase! Jenna looks away from me. I guess, but I'm not a therapist. So what? So I don't know. No, I mean, shouldn't anyone... shouldn't anyone have sympathy? I'd have a little more sympathy if he'd actually try and get help. He has, but it's not that easy. Again, I don't feel like I should be explaining this to someone who has 4 years of psychology under her belt. Thank you, Chase. Holy... Thank you. I tried to get help, but I didn't feel better for years. Jenna doesn't say anything. Carl's problems didn't really start until his first year of college. I keep pulling open cupboards, my heart sinking a little more each time there's nothing inside. I mean, yeah, he had problems before, but it's only getting worse for him. Well, it doesn't matter what I think about Carl right now. We're trying to find out way out. Way out. I look, okay. I'm not pointing out all of these, like, typos and spelling errors to be mean. It's just if you're here on part, 22? Then you know I stumble over my words a lot. Especially since this is a complete blind sight read or whatever they call it. So I stumble over my words a lot, so whenever there's a typo that I notice, and it makes me trip up even more. Ooh. We're trying to find our way out of here, and screwing around is going to help. Dennis says it in such a way that I feel like it was supposed to be pointed. There's little doubt now that she heard us messing around upstairs. I sigh and reach up to pull open the last cabinet. He's not who you think he is. It's so quiet and deep. I'm not sure that it's Jenna that said it. I turn around, but she's already on the other side of the room, standing next to the opposite set of pantries. Did you say something? She doesn't respond. I stare at her for another few seconds before slowly turning back around. The fur on the back of my neck prickles at the idea of turning my back on her. Why did these damn ghosts have to be so subtle and cryptic? That's what it is. If that's what it is. Of course. Seemed like James had no trouble telling Carl about the whole clue-finding crap. Why couldn't they just tell him, or even Jenna, right now instead of just creeping me out? The kitchen isn't very big, so I run out of things to search through pretty quickly. I skip the area around the window, though, not having forgotten what happened yesterday. Yesterday? I don't know how to keep track of time in this place. I look back over at Jenna, who's still in the same place, staring at the pantry. The thought that maybe I myself could be possessed momentarily passes through my mind. For some reason I doubt it, even though I'm not sure why. I don't really feel like I'm of interest to whatever it is that's doing this. Or at least not directly. As I continue to stare, I see something past Jenna at the base of the stairs. A ram's horn curling out from around the corner of the entrance to the stairs. I stare for a moment. Hey, I'm gonna go upstairs. Jenna's head snaps back sharply to stare at me, and I swear I hear her neck crack. Just to see if he found anything. I'll be back. I awkwardly sidle my way out from the kitchen toward the stairs, Jenna's gaze following me the entire way. Once I reach the base of the stairs, I find Carl standing there. He jumps when I come around the corner and stands straight up, one hand resting against the wall. His eyes are red and the short fur on his face is all messed up. Carl? Are you okay? I whisper it, but Carl immediately turns around and starts back up the stairs quietly. I follow him, wondering what it could be. Did he find something horrific? I wouldn't be surprised at all if that were the case. Once we reach the top of the stairs, Carl heads straight for the bedroom. Carl, what happened? Did you find something? At that moment, he turns and hugs me. It's so enveloping and firm that the air is almost crushed out of me. I grunt and freeze for a moment, listening to Carl huff into my chest. He's holding me like something precious, like if he lets go, I'm going to be swept away somehow. I'm quiet for a few seconds, letting Carl get whatever this is out of his system. My arms are pinned down to my sides anyway, so it's not like I can respond physically. And this is something that I probably said already, but yeah, there's a great motivator when you find things that are worth holding on to. When you find that right thing that you want to hold on to, it brings you back to life. And for once, you feel like you genuinely, truly feel. And it sounds like Carl is having that moment. Hey, are you okay? It's a dumb question, because none of us are okay, and it's also a question you're asking a lot right now, Chase. Carl finally lets go. He turns away from me right away to sit on the bed and put his face in his hands. My shirt is damp, and I look down to see 2 wet spots where his eyes would have been. Tentatively, I sit down next to him at the front of the bed, and put my hand on his back. Hey, what happened? Carl sniffs loudly, wiping his eyes before putting his face back down in his hands. The ram sighs before finally straightening up to lean back on his hands, looking away from me. I just feel like shit is all. Can I help? I just had a moment. I couldn't breathe. I keep rubbing his back, knowing that there really isn't anything I can do. A panic attack? How come? A lot of things. Carl shivers under my touch. And, I feel like everyone's mad at me. Why? No one's mad at you. Well, Jenna, first of all, but I feel like everyone thinks this is my fault. Or something. What? Why would any of this be your fault? He was probably right about Jenna, though. It's my house. My great whatever is... It's all just my shit. He sniffs. I don't know. Just being alone gets me thinking about this stuff, about how I'm still fucking everything up. Dude, Jenna told us, fucked up things are happening everywhere, not just your house. I look around, which I'm assuming we're still in. Maybe. I look back down at Carl. What brought all this up? We're all just working together to get ourselves out of here. Carl wipes his face and sniffles noisily before sitting up straight. I wasn't finding anything, and I started thinking about what would happen if we never do find anything. That's not gonna happen. These things that are doing this are trying to tell us something, right? I don't know about that, man. They seem just as confused and angry as we are. Carl looks at me with his reddened eyes. It's like they're fighting too. Ah, that's what it was. Remember episodes back, I was saying, I was talking about the video games that Carl and Chase were playing. The one where the demon wolf and like the angel wolf dude were fighting each other. Yeah, and Carl's demon wolf character won and like flipped off the screen. And then later on there was that level of like being in like some weird hut and the NPC being like, "What are you doing? Get out of here." But Carl, who, was playing the game, fell asleep, so the character was stuck in place. Yeah, okay, it's all coming together. Yeah, I guess they're having some issues. Carl reaches out, and I let him pull me into his side. I don't resist, and Carl chuckles. And it's just creepy being up here alone. I fit against him almost perfectly, and I lay my head against his shoulder. Sorry. For what? I, I feel like I should be the strong one. Huh? And you've already seen me cry, like, twice. Hey, I don't believe in the strong one type of crap. I rest a hand on... What was that? I rest a hand on Carl's thigh, squeezing it. You're just strong for the other person when they need it, and both people will need it eventually. Carl shifts against me, and he laughs nervously. You're talking about us like we're a thing. Aren't we a thing? Look at what we're doing right now. I don't know, man. It's hard to say when you're stuck in a haunted cabin. I feel him press his nose to my head, inhaling. This place is doing weird things to me. I squeeze his thigh again. Yeah, we can talk about it when we actually get out of here. When this stuff isn't fucking with our heads. So, we are a thing. But just in the ghost dimension? Sure. For now. I'm fine with that. For now. He breathes in deeply. You smell good. I snort? What do I smell like? Like the ocean. Dude, I'm a river otter. Besides, the river and ocean smell bad. Carl nibbles into the side of my neck, and I gasp, trying to pull away from it. Oh! Oh, oh my. He pulls me back easily with his superior strength before pushing me back onto the bed, teasing at my neck with his warm nose. Carl, stop! I hiss at him, trying not to burst out laughing. He mumbles against my neck. Hey, I'm just getting you back for earlier. I giggle helplessly behind a closed mouth, trying to keep quiet. I can't deny I like this, but Jenna's criticism just minutes earlier has me feeling hesitant. He starts to move lower, but at that moment I hear a metal clang echo up the stairs. We both pause, and Carl's large ears are perked under his beanie. I prop myself on my elbows to look towards the doorway. Uh, I guess we should get back to searching. Yeah. With the moment clearly over, Carl sits back up on the side of the bed while I straighten up my shirt. You know, again, I mentioned that the ghosty goo that was possessing Carl, making him look like Libra from Night Rain. He said something about like dining, love, spoiled name. And again, now for what feels like the third time, the whenever Carl and Chase have been getting pretty close to each other, something has happened to make them like separate. It really does make me think that possibly uh them like actual finding love might be the power of love might actually be the answer here. You found something? Raven's voice drifts faintly up the stairs. Carl and I look at each other. Hey, maybe we won't need to. You want to go check? Yeah, wait here a sec. If there's nothing, I'll come back up here and help you look around. All right? Okay. Carl scoots to the side so I can get off the bed. It takes me a few minutes to get down the stairs on my stiff ankle. Once I get into the kitchen, I'm confused. I'm confronted with an odd scene. Jenna's halfway into the wood-burning stove, reaching into the back, probably up into the metal tube. What are you doing? She found something! Raven's standing off to the side of the stove, bouncing on the balls of his feet. It's stuck. Jenna grunts as she adjusts herself, reaching in from a different angle. What is it? I hobble slowly across the room towards them. You need help? I realize he's talking to me, but I shake my head at the husky as I watch Jenna pull back and look into the opening of the stove. Goddamn thing shouldn't be that hard to get. Maybe I can help? But Jenna's already plunging her hand back in, head sticking just out the opening as she does. That seems to garner some success as she smirks. Ha! Got it! Then her whole body jerks as she's seemingly yanked into the opening. Raven yelps as Jenna grabs onto the side of the stove to keep from getting pulled in. Oh my gosh! Jenna! My voice rises in panic as I see her getting yanked a second time. Raven automatically steps up next to her and grabs her arm. A third yank almost pulls him off his feet. I run over to help and wrap my arms around Jenna's waist to get a better grip. Another jolt and I'm able to feel the power of whatever has a hold on Jenna myself. What's happening? I hear a thudding and rustling in the stove, like something's turning over angrily and repeatedly. The image of some kind of caged animal passes through my mind, and it sends chills up my spine. No, you fucking don't! I look up at the fox and notice that she doesn't look scared at all. Instead, she looks pissed. Her lips drawn back and a snarl, teeth bared viciously. She's talking to whatever's in the stove. I feel the muscles in her body tense up and writhing under my hands as she twists to get free. I look around her body at Raven. His face, in contrast, is a mask of horror. Raven! His wide eyes snap to mine. Get a grip around her body and we'll pull at the same time. He briefly lets go of Jenna's arm to lean down on her other side and wrap his arms around her waist. Okay, on 3. 1, 2... Another yank, and suddenly Jenna's upper half is pulled into the stove. I lose my balance and fall back on my butt, knocking... I want to point out this is the first time they say fall back on my butt and not on my ass. Sorry. Serious moment, focus. Knocking my head against the metal stove. My eyes water and I let go with one hand, desperately rubbing the back of my head while I loosely keep a grip on Jenna with the other. Chase! Raven's actually sliding into the fireplace himself at that point. I try to get my bearings and pull myself back up next to Jenna, but at that point, something big and bulky comes barreling into the room. Carl! Come on, Carl! My vision clears just in time to see the big ram reaching for Jenna's body, practically pushing Raven aside. His horns clang loudly against the stove as he wraps his arms around Jenna's body and pulls back with all his 270 pounds behind it. The fox emerges slowly, both of her arms still stuck in the stove, a determined look still on her face. Carl lets go for half a second, lunging forward to grab both of Jenna's elbows. He yanks back, again, letting out a strained grunt. As her wrists emerge from the stove, I get a glance at black tendrils wrapped around them before those tendrils suddenly disappear. Carl and Jenna are both launched back, Jenna getting a cushioned landing on top of the ram as Carl lets out a loud wheeze. I hobble over them, kneeling next to Carl as Jenna rolls off him, eliciting another grunt. She sits up while Carl continues to lay there, his eyes wide. You guys okay?